And Boilermaker Ryan Cline, good enough to join us now from our studios in West Lafayette. Ryan, you just got done beating Indiana by 2 points in a game where neither of you scored 50 points. What was that game like to play in?
It was obviously different, not the average game. Carson and I both struggled from the field shooting a little bit. So obviously it was a lot different from a points perspective, but it was a good grinded out win.
I know you're focused on the team, but is there any chance you guys heard about the student who walked all the way from Purdue to Indiana for the game?
I did. That's an incredible accomplishment. It was great. It was obviously for a great cause, and that's something that's remarkable, and that he'll remember for the rest of his life.
How do you describe your role on this Boilermaker team?
Obviously, it's a little different. Changing from just being a little bit of a role player to, being that guy at the end of the shot clock that your team looks to make plays. But obviously, it's not just, from a basketball perspective. It's from a leader perspective, and I feel like, people kind of counted us out at the beginning of the year, but Grady and I were two leaders that said, hey, we got a lot of talent on this team, and now look where we are.
You mentioned it's changed. Has it changed at all now from the beginning of the season?
Yeah, kind of in an instance. We were obviously down at the beginning of the season. And then, Christmas kind of rolled around and we were like, hey, this Belmont win, especially after the Notre Dame win, Belmont was a really good team. We were able to grind it out in a close game a couple times, and after that, kind of just took off.
You mentioned it. Mid-December, you guys are 6-5, and now you're in second place in the league. Was the Belmont the game, or was there a time later on where you started to go, you know what, we're actually pretty good?
I would say the game that we thought that was at Wisconsin. Just like I said, it was a grinded out game. Carson made some big shots. We had some big plays from everybody, especially on the defensive end. But this team's got a lot of weapons, and not a lot of people know that it's obviously Carson, being one of the best players in the country, if not the best player in the country. And, he's got a lot of people around him that can make plays as well.
What is different from this team now versus this team when you were 6-5?
Personally, I just feel like we're playing, more together. We're just a team that, like I said, we got a lot of weapons. And I feel like from a defensive perspective, we've been playing a lot better. And offensively, we've been moving the ball and sharing the ball a lot more.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about a few guys on your team, and I want you to tell me the first thought, whether it's a word or a sentence or a description, whatever it is that comes to your head, okay?
Okay.
All right, first thought that pops in your head when I say Trevion Williams.
The big man, large man, takes up a lot of space.
First thought when I say No-Gel Eastern.
Defense, kicking locks people down.
Matt Harms.
Emotion, enthusiasm.
Grady Eifert.
Toughness, winner.
Matt Painter.
Coachable. Or, sorry, not coachable, but the best coach that I've ever been around. I think the best coach in the country.
No, I like coachable. I like that you think he's coachable. This is good, Ryan.
He's more of a, I feel like he makes his players coachable. That's kind of where I was going with that instance.
How about this one? Ryan Cline.
I'd say toughness and winner as well, just like Grady.
I thought you were going to say bright shirt. But okay, toughness works. That's fine.
We'll take that one, too.
If you're on a day off and you and Carson are just sitting on a court with a basketball and you're just having a pure shooting contest, who wins?
Man, I think it's going to be Carson, to be honest with you. There are times in practice where I'm missing a lot. I feel like I'm more of a kind of in-game shooter, sometimes we're in practice and I'm hitting a couple, but I feel like when I'm in the game, I'm kind of in the zone a little.
Is he the only one on the team you admit you'd lose to?
I'd probably say, yeah, he's probably the one person on the team I would lose to.
Is there anyone on the team you would lose to in Fortnite?
No, no one. I'm the best.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How often are you able to play now that we're in the middle of the season?
I'd say like 2 times a week. I got some buddies from my old Carmel High School team. His name's James Volvic, him and my buddy Greg, we play all the time.
All right, back to hoops. You got Nebraska coming up on Saturday. Tell me the most important thing you guys as a team have to do in that game.
Well, for us, we just got to see that they have a lot of talent. Obviously, as of late, they've been struggling. And coming into the year, they're a really good team. They were ranked at 1 point. It's just like a team like Indiana. They got a lot of firepower, and we just got to be ready for them.
Well, Ryan Cline, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for the attire. I don't think you'll be missed by anyone on campus.
Yep, I think everyone's going to see me. Appreciate you having me on.